Hello and welcome to day 2 of the road to profitability, our journey as we start using our system MLFX in order to reach profitability as a trader. It's exactly how it sounds. There's no gimmicks there. We are day 2, so we'll do a little bit of a recap today of the trades we took yesterday, how they panned out, maybe some of the things we could have done better, the learnings, as well as take a couple of trades today. There's also some improvements that I've made yesterday after finishing recording this video, as well as this morning prior to recording. So we'll showcase some of those. In the following days, I'll likely publish some articles that will go over the improvements, or at least one or two little feature documents. That way we can start populating this page here that you're looking at with a little bit more content. Not that I'm trying to toot my own horn about adding things and doing things like that, but it is nice to have a little bit more content on the site and let people know what's going on. So firstly, we'll go over some of the improvements that we made yesterday. So firstly, if you watched yesterday's video, you'll immediately be able to see that we've added, as I said during the video, I was thinking about adding the sessions so that we can quickly see when the sessions are starting, which is this green color that doesn't look very green, but it is green, I assure you, and then the red color here for when they're ending with a little country flag down the bottom. We're just focusing on the 3 main sessions, being the London session, the New York session, and the Tokyo session, or the Asian session. So we're just going to focus on those. I know there's other sessions as well, but those are the main ones, and I didn't want to clutter the chart up too much. We probably will add a button at some stage that will turn this on and off. That's very easy to do. I can probably do that in 2 minutes, so I might do that after this video. At the same time, I do think it is quite helpful information to have, and it's not overbearing on the chart. We're not plotting them the whole way back. We only do the today's sessions and tomorrow's sessions. So that way you can see which ones are coming up. So you can see we're currently in the Asian session, and we're about halfway through. So that's where we're going to be taking some trades today. Now, during the Asian session, the spread is a little bit higher, which I think is potentially going to be an issue with some of these trades. And you'll see why when I go over these journal trades from yesterday. So these are the 4 trades we took yesterday. And they haven't been resulted yet, although they all have results. So just looking at this, stop loss down the bottom, take profit up the top, it might be a win. However, we do include the spread here. So we are not just taking the bid or the ask price, which is what you'll see on TradingView. We are doing both. We're doing the bid and the ask, and we are adding basically the maximum price that it went to and the minimum price that it went to across both the bid and the ask, and those numbers are used to formulate the candles we have. So I believe this trade will probably be a loss because we've touched, I forget which one it is, I always get them confused. We touched either the bid or the ask. I think the bid is for when you are selling, and the asking price is for when you're buying. That's right, yeah. So the asking price is generally higher and the bid is generally lower, which means when you're buying, the asking price is higher, and then when you're selling, so when you're exiting that trade, you're using the bid price, so the price is lower, I think. I'm a little bit confused here, but I believe that's how it goes. So looking at this trade here, I'm a little bit 50-50. We'll have to wait until the results come in, and that'll tell us whether or not this was a win or a loss, because we might have hit it down here for the stop loss, but we also might have hit it up here for the take profit. And if we had a little bit more leeway with the stop loss, an extra, you know, half a pip or so, or one pip, we definitely would have been in the green. So all in all, not a bad trade. Like, the trade itself is pretty good. It's a very close trade, and it could go either way. You're going to see a bit of a theme throughout the trades where they've been quite close and just not quite hit the mark. So same one here. We went the right direction, but we've bounced back up and we've hit our stop loss almost immediately, which is unfortunate. So we just needed to wait a little bit longer, which in looking at the price action here, we should have done, right? What we should have done is we should have waited until there was a red candle, and then we should have taken our entry. So we've just got green, 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 green. So that's just a learning moment there that I should have been a bit more patient. However, in doing these videos, I'm sort of taking the approach of, for the first week, I'm just going to actively take trades as soon as I see them. I'm not going to wait for the setup to improve. And we're going to see how we do. Then next week, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be a bit more patient. And if I see that there's some setups that needed to be waited on, then what I'll do is I'll stop recording the video and I'll come back and I'll continue recording a couple of hours later, or when I see that entry has presented itself, or the position is improved. So average trade here, we went in the right direction, however, obviously didn't go for us. This trade here, again, we've bounced up and we've hit the stop loss. It did go down a decent portion, but again, quite a tight stop loss here, and this could be something that, as I said, because we're in the Asian session, we're trading in the Asian session, the spread is a little bit greater than it is when the New York session and the London session open, and that's just due to volatility. The higher the volatility, the lower the spread in general, unless it's a very uncertain period, right? Unless there's some news coming out or things like that. Generally with high volatility, with higher volume, not volatility. Higher volume, lower spread. Volatility is spread. I don't know why I hit back there. Let me go to the last trade here. And yeah, this was the last trade that we had. Again, we've gone a little bit with the trade here, but we've bounced up and we've hit the stop. So this one's just a bad trade all around, really. It's sort of bounced back up again past this high here, and it would have stopped out most people, which I'm assuming you would have placed your stop loss on over there anyway, if you're looking to take this trade. It did move down a decent portion here, but it still wouldn't have hit our take profit anyway. So that was us for the first day. Not a great start. However, there was some positives. I'll take the positives out of that, and the positives being that we did get the direction right on 3 out of 4 of the trades. So I'm going to take that as the silver lining. We just need to work on the entries a little bit, and we also obviously need to work on improving the algorithm a little bit, which we're going to continue doing every single day. Just like I'm improving this front end here, Armory is working tirelessly to improve the back end. And the great thing is we are trading at the moment with a very inferior version of the system. There needs to be a couple of parameters updated that were taken off for the sake of writing one of his journals, or one of his papers that gets published in a computer science journal, and he's yet to re-implement those things. So once they get implemented back, the system should perform much better than it is right now. And that being said, it's still performing pretty decent overall at the moment. So we're going to jump back to the signals here and take a look at how things are going. We've got 10 minutes until the next batch of signals come through, so we'll use that time to look at the markets and the pairings and how things are doing. We are in a red day at the moment, so generally speaking, what that means is that the market is going against the trend in almost all of the markets. So we'll have a look at them now and see whether or not that is the case. So here we're looking at the AUD USD, and we're obviously a downtrend, but for the last sort of day or so we've been in an uptrend, right? So pretty obvious there. Euro GBP, we would have trained in an uptrend, I believe. Let me just wait for the data to load. Yep, we would have trained here. It's like a month of data, yeah. And we are in a little bit of a sort of a consolidation period. You can see this high volatility area here between the close of the New York session and the open of the Asian session. And that's just because there's very low volume in this period, right? There's nothing open, so we've got those high spikes and stuff. It does appear there was still a bit of volume. There was a little bit of volume, but you can see as soon as it starts picking up here and here, you see the spreads get much tighter. So what we're looking for at the moment, I would assume, would be buys for Euro GBP. Yep, so we've got buys coming in. We had a 7.3 negative with a 17.4 take profit. Entry was at 84792, which if we look on the charts here, we've got 84792, so we're a little bit in the green at the moment, a little bit up from that, right? So we're probably 10 pips up. So we're not too far from reaching where we want to reach there. And if we look at some of the other pairings, first let me just have a look here. Do I want to take this trade? So we're assuming that we're going to get another buy as the next. Whoops, I still haven't fixed that issue. I thought I had. So we're going to get a buy as the next signal. And we're sort of approaching, I guess, a high here, right? The relative high. There was a lot of volatility over here. It's bounced off quite violently. And yeah, we're not really, I don't think that's very far. What I really need to add is I need to add a tool that allows me to select a range and see how many pips it is. I might try and do that this afternoon / tomorrow. That'll be a good task, I think. So yeah, we're getting a little bit too close for comfort there to a high, and we haven't sort of seen anything break beyond that point. So I'm not comfortable taking a buy for the Euro GBP at this point in time. So we'll look at some of the other pairings and we'll see what they're doing. So Euro JPY, we'd be looking for sells, and we've sort of bounced up to this support level or resistance level, and we're heading back down by the looks. So I'm pretty confident in taking a sell here. So Euro JPY, we're going to take a sell. Let's look at Euro USD. So it looks like we might have bottomed out and we might be trying to head back up. It's really wanting to test that level, so I'm not gonna. We would be taking sells with Euro USD, but again, I'm not comfortable taking that trade. Where am I? Let me have a look. So we've bounced off that level a few times. We broke above, we went under, we tested, third time. and we're creating sort of lower lows, and I wouldn't say higher highs, but we're working our way into like a triangle position. So I'm not going to take a trade here. We're at that indecisive point, and it appears that we're on the move up. Right, we got green candles, so I'm not looking to take a trade there. So once again, we're just looking at price action, and we're looking at it relative to the recent trend, which it would have been traded, which the algorithm would have been trained on. So we've got a little bit of a downtrend here, followed by some sideways movement, and then a continuation down. So we would be looking for the trend to continue down. We're reaching this level here where there was some pretty strong sort of uncertainty in the market, but then it broke down and it's sort of tested this level again. So I would be pretty confident that there would be a move in this range coming up, and if we could have a stop loss sort of up here, then I'd be interested in taking that trade. So let's just have a look now. Let's see whether or not we've got anything. We are moving upwards though. We're sort of in a little bit of a movement up. But again, I think we're at a level here where it's gonna be faced with quite a lot of resistance, and it's not gonna want to go much higher than there. So for GBP USD, I think we'd be looking for, okay, that would be a buy if we're going to be in this market. So I don't really want to be taking a buy there, so we're going to ignore that. USD CAD. USD CAD, we're looking for buys, and we're at this sort of level here. We've bounced up a few times, we've come back down. I'd be pretty happy taking a buy here because we've got this level of support here. Even though we're sort of we're threatening to come down, I'm pretty confident, well, history would tell us that we're going to bounce off it. So I would be confident taking a buy and having a stop loss somewhere down here for the USD CAD. So far we got Euro, JPY and USD CAD that we're looking to take signals for. So let me just JPY, USD CAD. Right. We will look at the USD CHF, and we'd be looking for, let me just take, what do we got here, USD CHF. We'd be looking for a buy. Yep, I could see myself taking a trade here. We are moving down, but we're sort of at a pretty strong support level again in this range. So there's probably going to be a bounce off. I don't know if I would take it right now, but as I said, for the sake of this video, we're just going to be taking the trades as they come, rather than waiting for a better setup. So let's take some of these trades here. We've got Euro JPY. We're going to take that. We've got a USD CAD, which has not come through yet, and a USD CHF. So maybe they're not going to create signals this time. We'll just have to wait and see a little bit longer. There we go. It doesn't look like USD CHF is going to create one. Also, what I think I'll do, in fact, I think I'll definitely be able to accomplish this later today, but I think I'll plot. So when we take a trade here, we'll plot it on the chart. So instead of having to go to the journal, we can just we'll take that trade then again we're going to ignore USD CNH, and we're going to go for JPY, which we would be looking for a buy. And yeah, I think I would be confident taking a buy here. Seems like we want to go up, but we might also come back down. It's sort of a 50-50 one here, but we're just going to take it. That'll give us another 4 trades to check tomorrow. And there we go, we've got those entered. So instead of having to come over here and look at the trades, we would just be plotting these trades immediately as we take them on the chart here. I think that would be quite a nice feature, add some visualization to the trade as you take it. Maybe we could add a button that would just unplot it. I don't know. I'll think about that after. But that's something I can definitely get done later today. And it would be quite a nice addition. Okay, so today we added another 4 trades. Let's quickly look at them. So we've got the USD JPY. We've got the pairing up here now. That was something I noticed was lacking yesterday, and yeah, we're hoping to go 27 pips positive, so reach this level here. It's already sort of recently bounced here, and it looks like it's wanting to head up. We've had a green candle, and the current candle that we're on is also green. It's not loaded on this because we don't load the most recent candle here, but I'm pretty happy with that trade. It's a good risk reward as well. That's something I wasn't actually looking at when I took these trades, the risk reward of them. Let's hope they're all pretty good. This is another one. We've got about a 1.5 reward, and I like where the stop loss is at. The stop loss is sort of way down just below this point here, which is the sort of more recent low that's come through. And our take profit is, at a level where it's been bouncing off fairly recently. So we're probably going to reach this level or close to this level. So another trade that I like. This trade here is a little bit tight for my liking. So we have bounced back up a little bit. As you can see, the entry point was actually a bit up here. The stop loss is a little bit tight. I would have liked maybe the stop loss down somewhere down here, maybe a little bit further even. But that's what the algorithms told us, that we're heading back. Or if we were to take a trade here, that's where we should place our stop loss and take profit. So over here, we're wanting to head back down. We've got about a 15 pip leeway, 36, so that's about a 1 to 2 risk reward. Again, I probably would have liked the stop loss a little bit higher, but every couple of pips that you add reduces your risk to reward, so we're going to trust the algorithm with this one. Yeah, I mean, we created sort of low here, lower low, lower low, then we've sort of bounced up, created a higher high here, and a lower high, a higher low, and another higher high. So this is a trade where if I'd spent a little bit more time looking at it, I probably would have been a bit more hesitant. But at the same time, I know when we looked at the charts, it was a much stronger looking trade because we have this historical level here that we've bounced off, right? And it's broken below, it's coming back up, it's testing this level, and it's obviously going to test that level probably a few times before continuing back down. Well, that's the idea behind it anyway. So we'll see how these trades play out over the next couple of hours. I might log in a little bit later, maybe sort of 9:30, 10 p.m. my time, and trade a few trades during the beginning of the London session, just to mix things up a little bit and to get some trades in a different session. So I'm not doing all Asian session trades with this week, right? I don't want to be biased like that, but at the same time, I'm going to be realistic, and most of the time I will be trading the Asian session just because it's at a reasonable hour for me in my time zone, which is in New Zealand. So that's really all the video for today. I'll quickly go over some other stuff that I added. So one was the ability to, on the analysis page being where all of the trades are stored for human, hybrid, and Hermes strategies. I added the ability to also individually plot these trades and cycle through them. So we can see here we have a winning Euro JPY trade with a 19 pip stop loss and 51 pip take profit. So this is a good trade. There's probably a couple of other winning trades here. Yep, that was another good one. This one hasn't got a result as of yet, but I can tell you right now, looking at that, it'll be a loser. And all of these won't have a result because they only get checked every 24 hours. That's something we might change. We might change it to every 12 hours or so, just so, you know, some of these trades that obviously have a result get resulted a little bit sooner. So that was another winner there. So as you can see, we're getting some good winners. That one should have been a winner, but it's just a little bit cut off there. Another winning trade. So you can see another winning trade. We are getting lots of winning trades with the system. Wow, that's a very good trade. 6.9 pip stop loss, just above, and 48 pips. What's that, like a 1 to 7 risk reward? So lots of winners, as you can see. And if we scroll down, we'll be able to see some of these winning trades. For the last 300 or so, it was a 7, so 1 to 7 risk reward. But then obviously you're going to have a portion of losers, you're going to have a portion of winning trades, and you're just hoping that with these higher risk rewards that you're going to get a more even, or you're going to get a better result, right? Even though you might have more, or you will have more losing trades than winning. As you can see, there was a bad streak here. Through the process of trade selection, as well as having a risk to reward ratio that's in your favor, will turn a strategy with a negative, well, not a negative, but a less than 50% accuracy into a very profitable trade, right? A trading strategy. You only need something with maybe mid-30s in accuracy to be very profitable, with like a 1 to 3 risk reward. 1 to 2.5 even, and you're doing very well. And we don't need to beat the market by much, we just need to beat the market by a little bit, and do it consistently to make a good return every single month. So that's us done for the video. If you want to follow along with this journey, then do subscribe so that when we do release new content, you'll be notified. As with yesterday's video, I'm going to leave a link down in the description as well as a comment that will allow you to get in contact with me and sign up for the beta of MLFX. That will allow you to get free access to everything, help us to make the project, the product better, you know, work out if there's any bugs, things like that, and in exchange you'll get access for free while you're providing us with helpful feedback. Okay, I'll see you in tomorrow's video.